Hey, you came back. Hi, guys. Doing a little dance because you returned back to watch my channel. Today we'll be making a recipe from this book. And as you can see, I've laid out a few things. We'll be making banana bread today from this book. We were actually gifted this book on our wedding day. And yeah, let's get started. So as you know, with baking, you mix the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients separately, and then you combine them. So I'm adding flour, all-purpose flour, as you can see there, brown sugar, and I think that's probably the baking powder. Unfortunately, I don't remember the measurements, so I'll need to remember this for my next video. So I will definitely note it down in the information box. And I will probably also link the book. But yeah, I've made a few recipes from that book already. And I have a few more bookmarked that I want to try to make. So I'm mixing away. And by the way, I'm in my friend's kitchen, not in my kitchen. I was thinking of making a video for this recipe at home, and then I woke up and I was told by my husband that my friend needed us to go and be with her kids because she had some appointment to be at. So we decided to just record the video at her place. So that's where I'm at. I'm in her kitchen. And so I'm done mixing the dry ingredients. And did I forget something? Looks like I might have forgotten something. I'm pulling open the drawer. What am I looking for in there? Throughout this video, I hadn't really gotten everything out, but so I would stop to grab other things that I missed. So I'm not exactly sure what I was looking for. Oh, I was probably looking for the tablespoon that I'm about to use right now. So a tablespoon of yogurt, most likely. So yep, added that to the wet ingredients. And the recipe called for low-fat yogurt. No, not low-fat yogurt, plain yogurt. It called for plain yogurt and vanilla extract. But because I didn't have low-fat yogurt and neither did my friend, I added the vanilla flavored yogurt. Had to improvise. It's kind of, I don't know. It might be a little ratchet, might be a little ghetto, but you know, just sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And as you can see, I'm mixing away. I should have mashed the bananas before I added the other stuff, like the eggs and the milk. Also, the recipe did not call for milk, but I did add milk to mine. And yeah, I should have mashed the bananas before. And there we go. You want to mash the bananas very well and make sure that the eggs, the milk, the yogurt is all mixed together quite evenly. And now later on, you'll see me add the melted butter into that mixture and stir it. I think I'm going to grab it at this very moment. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not grabbing the melted butter. I was deciding whether or not I wanted to add this like vanilla flavor thing to the mix, because it wasn't vanilla extract, it was just like vanilla flavor thingy majigger, and I decided to add it anyways. And so yeah, like I said, I improvised. And the thing with me is, when I make things, I just improvise. And sometimes it turns out good, and sometimes it doesn't turn out good. And, you know, you live and you learn. If it doesn't turn out good, you try something else. And not everybody is as brave when it comes to, you know, doing that type of stuff. Especially when it comes to cooking. Some people are very careful, you know. There I go, adding the butter again. Well, not again, but adding the butter, as I stated before. Oh. But like I was saying, not everybody is spontaneous, I guess you would say. Some people are very by the book when it comes to cooking. And I mean, I guess with baking, you really do have to be by the book, because like a little change in recipe or measurements will ruin the recipe. But I guess you can call me a daredevil. I tweak things when it comes to baking as well. Although I have made an effort to like make things without looking at the measurements. Have I done that? Probably have, and like I said, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. If it's like maybe little differences, like, you know, add in less salt than they called for, less sugar, that's fine. But definitely the measurements for the flour or the amount of eggs and like other important things like that have to be accounted for. You have to pay attention to those things. And it looks like I've mixed the wet and dry ingredients, and now I'm mixing away. And you want to make sure that all of that is mixed very well. And it's just noticed, it's interesting how I'm holding the whisk. I didn't realize I was holding it like that till now, watching it back. And looks like I'm clearing some things away. Clean as you go. That's another key to cooking, is cleaning as you go. Because then when you're done, you don't have very much to clean. You just clean the little that you have left, and you can just not worry about a pile of things in the sink if you clean as you go. All right. And so, because we already put a melted butter in the mixture, we don't necessarily have to put butter or the Pam spray in the Pyrex pan. It already has butter in it, so once the banana bread is baked, it should be able to come off of the bottom of the pan pretty easily. And banana bread recipe is similar to a cornbread recipe. I make sweet cornbread, not salty, but it's similar to that. Okay, so you want to make sure that you set your oven to 350. You preheat it to 350. And so I had already done that, and my oven was set. And now I am going to be putting the bread in the oven for 30 minutes, the recipe called for. So throw that banana bread in the oven, and as I said, 30 minutes set, and we will be back to check on it. Ta-da! Banana bread is done. Hot. Piping hot. And in order to make sure that your bread is cooked well, get a toothpick and poke into it to make sure that it is cooked. And so there you have it. Banana bread. And I'm going to cut it up. The only thing I regret about this is not putting it in a smaller baking pan, because it came out pretty flat, and it would have been fluffier if I had put it in like a smaller container, so the batter didn't spread as much. But I mean, this is what I made, and my husband and my friend and her kids loved it. And as you can see, I'm trying it, and it was good. It was a good recipe. It turned out pretty good. All right, thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.